Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fall 2018 Convocation Ceremony for Arizona State University's Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions. The processional is led today by the College Marshal, Dr. Paz Zorita, professor in the School of Social Work. Welcome student marshals Philip Wellworts, Courtney Kahn, Maxwell Goshert, Nika Brooks Coulomb, and Russell Pablo. Each was selected to carry the gonfalon of their respective academic programs as outstanding graduates for the fall class of 2018. The college and school gonfalons contain the distinctive academic color of the college and schools they represent, as well as ASU's maroon and gold. Following the student marshals is Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions Dean Jonathan Capel, and Mike and Cindy Watts, co-founders of Sun State Equipment, respected community leaders and the namesake of the college. Leading the platform party, comprised of the leadership and faculty of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions are Vice Dean Cynthia Leitz, Associate Dean for Research Ramona Denby Brinson, Director of the School of Criminology and Criminal Justice Cassia Spahn, Director of the School of Public Affairs Donald Siegel, Director of the School of Community Resources and Development Mark Roseland, Director of the School of Social Work James Herbert Williams, Associate Dean of Interdisciplinary Programs and Initiatives Sean Mooney, and Associate Dean for Barrett, the Honors College on ASU Downtown Phoenix campus, Craig Allen. Please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Phoenix Police Department Honor Guard and the singing of the national anthem by Pamela Vargas, student in the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sang does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Please welcome Dean Jonathan Capel to extend greetings on behalf of the faculty of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions.
Quiet. Good evening. Good evening. This is an interactive program. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? I think so. Welcome. This is a joyous event. It's a joyous event for graduates, family, faculty, staff. Before this stage, we have nearly 400 graduates of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions. So let's start by giving them a hand. Now, you've all probably attended a graduation of one sort or another before. This one's a little bit different. This isn't, say, a high school graduation where everybody's at the same stage of their development, getting the same degree, going through the same transition. Tonight, we bring together students at different stages of their academic and professional development. But they're united in a different, I would argue, a much more profound and important way. Whether earning a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or a doctoral degree, our graduates are distinguished by the pathways they have chosen. And in my totally unbiased opinion, it's a distinction that makes them maybe just a little bit superior to other graduates. You see, that's because most other graduations include a solemn speech, usually near the end, and somebody says something very serious. Remember to think about service along the way. Remember those less fortunate than yourselves. Something like that. Does that sound vaguely familiar? So here's the thing, though. I don't have to remind our graduates of this. That doesn't need to be part of the program. Our students, whether they're studying in the School of Community Resources and Development, the School of Criminology and Criminal Justice, the School of Social Work, or the School of Public Affairs, all of them have already made that choice. Yes. Yes. So right now, she's my favorite, and you all are tied for second place. Got to work on that. But here's the thing. They're united by a concern for public goods. And some of the students might remember, we start off every year talking about public goods. It's a recognition that we benefit together and we suffer together. It's impossible to do it alone. And so we must work together to pursue a common good. Because underneath all of our individual aspirations, the needs of each person, the needs of each family, we are interconnected throughout the community. And it's appropriate to recognize this interconnection at the outset, because the journey to graduation was not accomplished alone. It required family, wives, husbands, children, cousins, grandparents, friends, colleagues. So I'm going to ask my graduates to start the ceremony by standing up, turning around, and giving an applause to the audience, those who got you here today, with a big thank you. Another essential part of the community that helped get you to this day is the outstanding faculty, and I want to recognize two individual members who I'm going to ask to stand up behind me, Paz Zorita and Wendy Holtzman. Dr. Zorita and Dr. Holtzman are retiring. They've each been with ASU for more than 25 years, and so this marks their last convocation. Stand up. And now let me ask all of my colleagues to stand up as well. So our professors teach not only in the classroom, but involve our students in applied collaborative research that addresses our shared challenges, whether that involves better approaches to city management, intervening to keep kids out of gangs, helping communities develop assets to drive sustainable tourism, or experimenting with the use of body-worn cameras to help strengthen the relationship between police and the agencies they serve. Let's give them a hand for the work they do in the classroom and in our community. Thank you. And third, I want to take a moment to remember leaders who have served in the field of public service with distinction. We lost John McCain, George Bush, and in particular, our beloved Congressman Ed Pastor. We are so proud to have created the Congressman Ed Pastor Center for Politics and Public Service in our college. Ed Pastor represented everything that is good about public service, and he represented what it means to embrace the potential of our community. He was a boy who grew up first in his family to go to college after growing up in Claypool, Arizona, a small mining town some of you may know. He went to ASU and decided to become a teacher, but saw issues that needed to be addressed and got involved. Got involved as a political organizer, eventually joined the Maricopa County Supervisors and represented Arizona, the first Mexican-American member of Congress from Arizona in the House of Representatives for 23 years. Over the last few years, I had the opportunity to become close friends with the congressman and see what kind of man he is, in addition to seeing how he was so effective, bringing home numerous projects for Arizona, but doing so quietly, out of the limelight, without getting attention, without screaming and hollering on TV. He was somebody, and we've heard this week from Democrats, Republicans, the rich and famous, and the average citizen, he was somebody who would much rather get things done than claim credit. And we need so much more of that today. You can clap for that. A lot of hesitation on the clapping. If you feel the urge to clap, I'm telling you right now, just do it. Just feel it and do it. This is one of those times. Just go with your gut. But we mourn the loss of Ed deeply, but celebrate the spirit that he brought. One of the things that meant the most to me was that whoever he met, whether it was a senator or a U.S. president or a busboy in a restaurant, he treated them all with the same dignity, the same respect, and each person recognized that he was doing so, and it filled them with pride. And that, in some ways, is essential to building a strong community, and it is what we celebrate here tonight. So I remember Ed, and I celebrate his legacy, and I see it in all of you. Now, tonight is very special. It is the college's first convocation under our new name, the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions. See, that's why she's my favorite. This is not even going to be close at the end of the night. The name Watts College reflects one of the largest philanthropic investments in the history of Arizona State University. And in some ways, more importantly, it celebrates two individuals who exemplify the values at the core of this college, Cindy and Mike Watts. Now, I'm not going to go on too long about them, even though, because Ed Pastor can't be with us, he would have been like yanking me off the stage by this point. But I know that Cindy and Mike will get upset if I start waxing too rhapsodic about them. But I do want to talk a little about these two local kids made good. Cindy and Mike were raised and educated in the Maryvale section of Phoenix, graduating from Maryvale High School. Let's give it up for Maryvale High School. Through their hard work and embrace of a business philosophy that called for growing the company by supporting their staff, they turned a small tool rental business into a billion-dollar enterprise, Sun State Equipment. Now, here's the remarkable part. They have chosen, with their wealth, to advance the community from which they came. And I don't mean just Maryvale. They are passionate about giving back to that neighborhood, but to the entirety of Phoenix, to the entirety of Maricopa County, to the entirety of Arizona. And I'll let Mike explain why they decided to invest in this college, to support programs for our students that level the playing field so that all students, regardless of financial background, have access to every opportunity that we make available, to build on the high-quality faculty we have and attract more scholars to come and work in our community and work with our students and make possible the transformative work in our community that we envision under the Watts College name. I'll let him explain, but I want to say a word about what I think it means. So we obviously are excited. We are obviously excited about this gift to the Watts College. We're excited about the gift to ASU. And I'm excited that we now share a name with these two wonderful people and their family. But this gift is much bigger than our college. We live in turbulent times where there is widespread cynicism about public service, widespread questioning of public institutions. With this gift, Cindy and Mike are making a powerful statement that it is equally important to invest in the institutions that are about building our communities, about embracing the need for public goods as it is to invest in private gain. And this statement should be heard loud and clear across our city, across our state, across our country. I'm so pleased that Mike and Cindy decided to invest in this college and make a statement powerfully in favor of public service, and it is absolutely my privilege to introduce to you, I think, Mike Watts, to speak on behalf of Cindy about this gift and what it means to them. Please welcome Mike Watts.
Well, first of all, wow. This is so exciting to Cindy and I. Jonathan explained a little bit about where we came from and the evolution that we've seen happen in our lives. And it's our interest and intent through the support of the college to see that take place in your lives. We want to congratulate all of the graduates that are there. Special thanks to all of your families for the support that you gave to the graduates, and let you know that we feel a very common bond with all of you. The field in which you've chosen is certainly the field that we chose also to support. All of you know there's many colleges, many opportunities at Arizona State University. The work that you will do is exactly why we supported this college. We believe it is so important to change the direction of the country and get people with degrees and the capability to affect positive change. We created our success on building around a culture, placing a very high value on people, and tonight we're here to honor all of you people and hope that you feel years down the road, when you look back at what you've chosen as your career, that you feel as rewarded as what Cindy and I do to stand here before you tonight. So special congratulations to all of you, and thank you.
So we have a little, this is what you get for one of the largest donations in the history of ASU. You get it's called the Stole of Gratitude. So I'm going to give you a stole of gratitude.
Thank you, Dean Capel. Welcome to the lectern, Vice Dean Cynthia Leitz.
Well, good evening. A quick story before I start. This afternoon, earlier today, I was at our Tempe campus. I was in an elevator coming up and saw a young man in regalia looking excited, and I said, "Hey, are you graduating today? And did you graduate already?" And he said, "Well, I am tonight." And I said, "Well, what college are you graduating from?" And he said, "Well, it's the Watts College." And I said, "Hey, that's my college. I'll actually be there tonight too." But here's what's important about this story. We just announced the new name of the college just barely 8 weeks ago on October 1st, and our students already identify and call themselves students and now graduates of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions. So I want to thank you again, Mike and Cindy, for we're incredibly proud and appreciative. Incredibly proud and appreciative of our partnership with you. So, speaking of pride, it is with great pleasure that I offer my congratulations to the fall 2018 graduating class of ASU's Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions. Congratulations. At this point in the program, it's my honor to acknowledge our 5 outstanding graduates, along with groups of students who have demonstrated an unwavering dedication to public service. Our students are pretty spectacular, so please be ready to be inspired. The first outstanding graduate we will acknowledge tonight is Courtney Kahn. Courtney, please rise and be recognized. Courtney is graduating from Barrett, the Honors College, with an undergraduate degree in social work, and she is deeply committed to improving the lives of young people. For her Barrett thesis, Courtney worked under the direction of Dr. Lauren Reed and Dr. Jill Messing to examine trends related to digital dating abuse for teens. She also completed 2 internships, one at New York City Church, where she created a donation closet for foster families, and most recently, she interned at a middle school that primarily serves low-income students. Courtney cites her family as being largely influential to the development of this drive for public service. For the past 4 years, she and her family traveled to Somoto, Nicaragua, to build homes and host camps for children in this small rural area. Moving forward, Courtney plans to complete a year of service through an AmeriCorps program in Denver that supports at-risk youth, and she will then return to her studies to pursue a graduate degree in social work. Courtney is a New American Scholar, a Barrett Honors student, and she is graduating summa cum laude. Very impressive, Courtney. We are very proud of you. Congratulations. Courtney exemplifies a commitment to service that is first grounded in excellent academic achievement. I know we have some other Barrett students graduating today, as well as 4 more award winners. If you, like Courtney, are graduating from Barrett the Honors College or are a Moore recipient, please rise, join Courtney to be recognized. Thank you. Our next outstanding graduate is Maxwell Goshert. Where is Max? There we go. Max is graduating with a 4.0 GPA from our School of Public Affairs with his master's degree in public policy. Max is passionate about creating strong policies by using data and evidence to support legislative decision-making. He is particularly interested in improving our public school system, an interest that grew out of his family's long-term dedication to teaching, and he will complete a second master's degree in education policy from ASU's Teachers College in the spring. Max is hoping to work for the Arizona Department of Education, and he did ask me to encourage anyone from the audience who might have connections or knowledge of any open positions at the department to please connect with Max afterwards. His longer-term plans include running for his local school board. And like many of our students, Max has a strong history of service. He served as a chairman of a social advocacy effort that paved the way for the Red for Ed movement, and he served in AmeriCorps through our Public Allies program, where he worked at St. Vincent de Paul, expanding their volunteer program. In addition, it is important to note that Max worked full-time throughout his studies. In fact, his position at the American Red Cross required him to temporarily step away from classes last year to respond to Hurricane Irma in Florida. Max, we are grateful for your service. Just like Max, many of our students managed multiple responsibilities during their programs, including work and/or volunteerism. So if you worked or participated in community service during your academic program, please rise, join Max, and be recognized. Watts College is one hard-working college for sure. Our next outstanding graduate is Nika Brooks Cullum. Nika. Nika is graduating with honors from our School of Community Resources and Development, having earned an undergraduate degree in Parks and Recreation in Therapeutic Recreation. Nika's interest in therapeutic recreation stems from her own personal experience overcoming mental health challenges through the healing power of art. Nika learned firsthand the positive impact of therapeutic activities and is passionate about bringing these services to the field of corrections. Nika volunteered at the Maricopa Reentry Center last semester and completed an internship at the Arizona State Hospital, infusing art activities into services to enhance coping and instill a sense of hope for those involved in the criminal justice system. Nika's story and the desire to advocate for therapeutic recreation services for underprivileged populations offers a sense of optimism that is so needed in our approach to public service. Nika is a veteran of the United States Air Force, along with her husband. Who has supported her every step along the way. She, like so many of you graduating today, would not be here without the support and encouragement of family and friends. Nika, we are so proud of your accomplishments. Like many of our students, Nika is the first person in her family to graduate from college, an accomplishment we would also like to acknowledge here tonight. If you are the first person to graduate from college or the first person to graduate with a graduate degree in your family, please join Nika, rise, and be recognized. It's incredible, just incredible. Our next outstanding graduate is Philip Jerome Wellwards. Philip. Philip is graduating with 2 undergraduate degrees, a Bachelor of Science from our School of Criminology and Criminal Justice, and a degree in Public Service and Public Policy from our School of Public Affairs. Philip's story of public service is inspiring and deeply personal. His childhood was not easy considering the drug addiction, crime, and violence he witnessed growing up. As a result of these challenges, Philip remembers struggling to be successful in high school. But then he decided to join the military, and it was at this point that things began to change. Philip excelled as he served as a Marine Corps sergeant, and as a result, he was awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal for the dedication he displayed during his deployment in Afghanistan. This dedication served him well as he returned home and decided to start community college. Despite his previous poor academic performance, Philip completed his associate's degree, graduating with honors, and he is now graduating magna cum laude with 2 degrees from ASU. After graduation, Philip plans to become a police officer, hoping to work on the narcotics unit to stop drug abuse so that no other children have to experience what he did. Philip's success is impressive, considering the challenges he faced. He credits his military training and, most importantly, his caring wife for helping him believe that achieving his dreams was indeed possible. We take great pride in the fact that we have the highest percentage of veterans or active duty military graduating from our college. If you are or have served our country through military service, please rise, join Philip, stand, and be recognized. We cannot thank you enough for your service. Our final outstanding graduate is Russell Pablo. Russell, where are you? Oh, there he is. Russell's graduating with a master's degree in emergency management and homeland security. Like Nika and Philip, Russell's public service also started in the military. Russell is third generation military in total. His family has contributed over 450 years to military service. Russell also serves his community as a volunteer baseball coach for at-risk youth in Tucson, further demonstrating his passion for helping others. Over the past 5 years, he's assisted over 35 student athletes earn full academic scholarships to Division I universities, and another 20 are serving in the United States Armed Forces. During his academic program, Russell worked full-time while on active duty and was the sole caregiver for his child during his wife's deployment to the Middle East. Upon graduation, he will start his new role as special agent with the United States Secret Service. Russell, we're so excited about what you have accomplished and all that is to come. Similar to Russell, half of the students in our college earn their degrees somewhere other than Phoenix, either at one of our off-site programs or through online education. Our online students represent the same characteristics that we've acknowledged here today. Many are working, are parents and caregivers, and have a deep commitment to serve. We are live streaming this event so that these students are able to view this ceremony, and similar to Russell, many of our online students have traveled to celebrate with us in person. So if you have studied online or on one of our off-site programs, please rise to join Russell, and let's acknowledge these students who came in person or are celebrating from afar. This year's outstanding graduates remind us that public service is deeply personal. They have shown us that optimism, hard work, and dedication are essential ingredients to our ability to improve the well-being of people living in our local communities. And there's no question that the support of the people in their lives provided the necessary foundation to making all of this possible. So it is with great pride that I offer my congratulations to all of our graduates one last time on behalf of our faculty and staff. It has been a privilege to prepare you for the honorable mission of public service.
Thank you, Vice Dean Leitz, and congratulations to all our students for their achievements. Now, the directors of each of our academic schools and programs will recognize graduates from within each program. The School of Criminology and Criminal Justice, Public Affairs, Community Resources and Development, and Social Work, plus interdisciplinary programs. Please welcome Dr. Cassia Spahn, Director of the School of Criminology and Criminal Justice.
Would the graduates from the School of Criminology and Criminal Justice, one of the top-ranked programs in the United States, please stand? Dean Capel, Upon recommendation of the faculty and with great personal pride, I present the graduates from the School of Criminology and Criminal Justice. They have immersed themselves in critical thinking about crime, policing, courts, and corrections, with the goal of contributing to societal transformations to bring about greater social well-being and enhance community safety. They have fulfilled all of the requirements of their programs and are worthy of their respective academic distinctions.
Please welcome Dr. Donald Siegel, Director of the School of Public Affairs.
Thank you. Would the graduates from the School of Public Affairs, ranked number 9 in the country, please rise? Dean Capel, it is my pleasure to present our undergraduate and graduate degree candidates. They are the future of governance and public policy, whether it is urban management, information technology, civic engagement, public finance, or public policy, which covers issues from the environment to social and education policy. Our graduates are prepared to bring innovative solutions to pressing challenges in our communities. On behalf of our outstanding world-class faculty, I present our graduates.
Please welcome Dr. Mark Roseland, Director of the School of Community Resources and Development.
Would the outstanding graduates of the outstanding School of Community Resources and Development please rise? Dean Capel, it is a privilege to present our candidates for undergraduate and graduate degrees. They embrace our goal of building sustainable, resilient, and healthy communities through our focus areas of community sports, parks and recreation, recreation therapy, tourism, and nonprofit leadership. Together, and with our community partners, we are co-creating transformative solutions that enhance community well-being. These candidates are all worthy of their respective academic distinctions.
Please welcome Dr. James Herbert Williams, Director of the School of Social Work.
Would the graduates of the school, Would the graduates of the School of Social Work please rise? Would the faculty of the School of Social Work please rise? Dean Capel, the faculty of the School of Social Work take great pride in recognizing and recommending the candidates for bachelor, master's, and doctorate degrees. These students share our commitment to promoting social, political, and economic justice. They are prepared to lead the way in solving some of society's most challenging problems that disproportionately affect society's most vulnerable members. It is with great pleasure that I and the faculty of the School of Social Work present our fall 2018 graduates.
Please welcome to the lectern Dr. Sean Mooney, Associate Dean of Interdisciplinary Programs in Emergency Management and Homeland Security and Public Safety Leadership and Administration.
Would the graduates from interdisciplinary programs please rise? Dean Capel, the fall 2018 graduates of the interdisciplinary programs have pursued degrees that represent the breadth of our college. They are leaders who recognize how an interdisciplinary approach helps to better create solutions. for complex challenges related to managing emergencies and disasters and promoting public safety and security. Through their work, we are creating safer and more resilient communities, both locally and globally. It is with great pride that I present these graduates.
Would all graduates of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions please rise? On behalf of the faculty of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions, it is my great privilege and honor to welcome you, graduates of the fall class of 2018, to the company of scholars, with all its rights, honors, privileges, and obligations. Congratulations. You can sit. I feel like I should be on a pulpit when I do that. So, in a moment, you will walk across this stage and enjoy the cheers and applause of family and friends. Yes, exactly, good warm-up. It is a time when exuberance is totally appropriate. I don't want to have to remind you again, totally appropriate and richly deserved. I want each and every one of you to bask in it, soak it in, enjoy it. Okay, but truth in advertising, you're gonna have to wait in line for a little bit because it takes a little while. So I'd like to take a few minutes now to give you something really serious to think about, besides how embarrassing it would be to trip and fall in front of a few thousand people. That would be so embarrassing, my God. So I want to give you something else to think about. It's a good thing, because I want to suggest to you that you all possess a superpower. It's a secret ingredient that is essential to every solution that you or anybody else is going to create, and it's the solution to every problem that we currently face, or it's part of the solution to every problem we currently face. Every problem we face as a community, as a city, a state, a nation. That ingredient, and Vice Dean Leitz made reference to it, that ingredient is optimism. You got here today through hard work, yes, through study, through discipline. For some, it was a struggle over many years, starts and stops in and out of school. You had to balance obligations, but you worked through all of that. You worked through all of that because you believed in your core that it is possible to make things better. You believed that earning this degree would be empowering, would be transformative, not just in a financial sense, but also in your ability to help people, to support your own family, to serve the general public, to do good. Without that belief in the potential of the future, in the potential of your own future, in the potential of the future of your family, your children, your friends, those who you will help, why even embark on the journey? What would be the point? Why undertake the hard work if you didn't believe the world could be made better, either in the narrow sense, your own world, or in the much broader sense, the world which we all inhabit? It had to be an optimistic belief that tomorrow could be better than today that would drive you forward. Anger, spite, fear, resentment, none of these emotions, powerful though they may be, none of them would have been sufficient to get you over the obstacles that you invariably encountered along the way. Only an optimistic belief that your hard work could get you here, only that was sufficiently motivating. And here's the thing. As I look out, we as a planet are facing a dire shortage of that optimism. In fact, that in itself may be our biggest problem. Because quite frankly, if you don't believe things can get better, that challenges can be overcome, it is very hard to justify sacrifice, negotiation, or cooperation. Without optimism, the right thing to do is just grab what you can and hope you do better than the next guy. In many ways, This lack of optimism is totally puzzling because the world is in several respects thriving as it never has. Doesn't feel that way, but it's true. Literacy is at an all-time high. The number of people living on this planet in poverty is at an all-time low. Violence and armed conflict have become incredibly rare in historical terms, and diseases that used to ravage millions have been conquered. And yet, I will not stand here and tell you that the erosion of optimism is irrational. There is no time, and it really isn't probably the right place, to get into all the reasons why people feel discouraged and dissatisfied. But let us stipulate together that we do face challenges, and many around us are struggling to find the way. Life can be very hard. By the way, that's the reason to whoop and holler tonight, because this is one of those nights when everything is good. Now, I recently read an article, which I hesitated to bring up tonight. You'll understand why in a moment. But I do want to share it with you, and it's a little unusual. I'm taking a risk in doing this, so please bear with me and hopefully tolerate it if you think it's weird. The article said that for the first time since World War I, life expectancy in the United States had declined for 2 years in a row. Think about that for a second. We would expect a person born today to live less long than a person born 3 years ago. That's unprecedented in the modern history of our country. And it is shocking to me, just shocking. So I hope that you students are using the analytic tools to question why this is. Are diseases more virulent today than they were years ago? No, that's not it. Is cancer striking earlier? No. In fact, people with diseases like cancer are living longer than they used to. As is often the case, you find the answer by digging into the data a little bit. So all those quantitative and statistics classes that you hated, yeah, they're useful. They're useful. So it turns out if you look into this data, the trend, and I'm simplifying a little bit, but the trend is driven by increases in mortality in two basic senses. First, dramatic increases in death by overdose, including drugs and alcohol and other substances. Way up. Not just this year, but over the course of the last 10, 15 years. And death by suicide continues to spike dramatically, up by 1/3 since 1999. This is frightening stuff, and I know that it's personal for many people in this room tonight, and I want to recognize that. So many lives have been touched by these tragedies. Now, we could get into the details, the whys, the hows, the what's going on, break things into more pieces. I don't want to do that tonight. Rather, I'm struck by something more fundamental. And it takes me back to you and that superpower I talked about before. Because it seems to me, given the cause of the decline in life expectancy in our country, addiction, loss of hope, that what really drives it is a deficit of optimism, a lack of belief in the potential for tomorrow. And it is a challenge to each and every one of us. Hopelessness and lack of optimism has stopped every single one of us from moving forward at one time or another. And let me be clear, I'm not just talking about a lack of hope for ourselves. Our willingness to give up on others is a common human failing as well. We write people off. Sometimes we have no choice, being honest, no choice after years of struggle and even threats to our own personal safety. But sometimes, given the current climate, we're willing to lose hope, optimism for whole classes of people in society with whom we do not share political beliefs. That is a profound loss of optimism. How can we make progress when we've concluded that whole segments of society are simply irredeemable and that I myself have no future, no prospects for a better tomorrow? So I was thinking about all of this after reading this article. I was thinking about all this when I attended a fundraising breakfast this morning for an organization called the Human Services Campus. Now, the Human Services Campus is an organization with which Watts College collaborates on a regular basis. Probably some of you have been there in the internship or in service, and many of our faculty members work there. I happen to be a member of the board, which is why I was at the breakfast. The campus is a unique nonprofit entity created between a partnership of government and non-government. Now it's completely non-governmental. It involves 20 organizations, all committed to serving the needs of people experiencing homelessness. At the Human Service Campus, which is literally, it's less than a 10-minute walk from here. If you go that way towards 12th and Madison, you'll get there and you'll see a place surrounded by people experiencing homelessness, waiting to get in to the campus where they can find shelter, they can find medical care, dental care, counseling, job training, and placement, housing assistance. It is a remarkable place, which the director of the agency said this morning fills you both with a sense of despair but also a sense of wonder at people turning their lives around. And people who are at their lowest point in their life can go there and find compassion, care, respect, and I would say most importantly, optimism. George H.W. Bush, who I mentioned, passed away recently, was mocked many decades ago for talking about 1,000 points of light. People remember that? I think that was wrong to mock that. Human Services Campus is most definitely a point of light. It's a point of light, and I've realized that in the following way, because you might have the same view that I view, which is, how is it possible? How is it possible for somebody who has lost everything, somebody who is living on the streets, oftentimes in and out of correctional institutions, battling addiction and mental illness, how on earth is it possible for them to recover a sense of optimism? And the short answer really is, I don't know. Because I don't. I don't know. But I know it is possible because I've seen it. I've met these individuals and been inspired by them. Now, I know part of it is the incredible staff and volunteers at the campus and its agencies, many of whom are our graduates and students. They look at clients and they see past dirtiness. They see past exhaustion. They see past fear, to see each individual as he or she can be. That is not always easy. But these dedicated people, many of them social workers, by the way, these dedicated people retain optimism for the client, even when the client does not. And here is what I know because of this. I know it is possible to reignite that light of optimism, to reignite that flame of hope. I know because it has been my privilege to meet numerous people who have somehow found their way out of the darkest of darknesses. With the help of counselors and coaches, sometimes family or friend or congregation, but sometimes on their own. Somehow, they have rediscovered optimism and made the hard journey to realize their potential. Please. When you meet folks at this low point, it can be truly hard to believe and hard to remember what is possible. That is why we have to be reminded, like I was by the testimony given this morning at that breakfast. We need to remember. We need to remember for ourselves and for others that optimism is possible, that we can regain it, and that with it, anything is possible. Now, just a few hours ago, I had the pleasure of meeting many of our online graduates who we recognized earlier, who have traveled great distances, so we, graduates, family, faculty, staff, so that we can celebrate together. I think it's worth the trip, so I'm glad you're here. Well, one graduate came up to me to tell me how much ASU meant to him. He was pretty easy to spot because I don't think he was wearing any clothing that was not maroon and gold and said ASU or Sun Devils all over his entire body. It was pretty awesome. But his appreciation for the opportunity and his accomplishment was deep. Kyle Dunson. Kyle, where are you? Please stand up. And Kyle has shared this story with others, so I'm confident he's okay with what I'm doing. You're not disagreeing now, Kyle. But Kyle explained that he has, in his life, experienced homelessness for well over a decade, that he was in and out of jail scores of times, that he destroyed relationships with his family through it all, and had reached severe, severe low points through his life. And somehow, he regained his own optimism. He regained his own hope. He slowly rebuilt his life. He repaired some of those frayed relationships, built new ones, eventually finding the strength to go back to school, earn a college degree, and now tonight he's here to receive his Master's of Social Work. Congratulations, Kyle. Now that is a powerful story. You're allowed to sit now. That is a powerful story. It's powerful on an individual basis. I'm honored to be here with Kyle, and I know many of you have had difficult paths that have gotten here tonight. But it's also a story that reminds us to craft our institutions and policies in such a way that optimism is maintained and fed. Like Kyle, so many of you didn't travel a straight line to get here. We have built ASU as an institution that prizes inclusion over exclusion precisely for this reason. But individual stories, like Kyle's and others, are reminders that one of the most important things we can do, one of the most important things you can do as graduates, is to help maintain our own belief in the capacity of each one of us and all of us together to make tomorrow better than today. As society, we're losing grip on that belief. We see it in countless ways every day, and alas, this movement in the wrong direction can quickly become a downward spiral if left unchecked. If optimism is extinguished, the vacuum is filled by despair, fatalism, and resignation. And any one of the former clients and staff at the Human Services campus, those who have worked their way up from the depths of despair, can tell you that these things are the enemies of recovery and restoration. But you graduates, you already know that, or you wouldn't be here tonight. So I have a secret to share with you. I maintain my own optimism in the face of things that disturb me because of you. That is the truth. Because of your energy, because of your passion, because of your commitment. So you have to keep using your superpower to maintain and feed the optimism that drives human progress. Combined with your ideas, your creativity, your intelligence, the skills you have acquired here in the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions, you will indeed be the solution. Congratulations to you all.
The onstage recognition of the fall class of 2018 will begin with the doctoral degree graduates. Please welcome to the stage Associate Dean for Research, Dr. Ramona Denzi Brinzen. Will the doctoral degree graduates and their faculty hooders please rise and come to the front of the stage.
Good evening. The investiture ceremony is counted among the oldest traditions in academia, originating in English universities and dating back centuries in academic history. The PhD is the highest and most prestigious academic degree awarded at this university, in this country, and across the globe. Today, we are here to continue this time-honored tradition. Each PhD candidate has chosen a professor to have the honor of presenting the hood. Mentors, please stand and perform the symbolic ritual of investiture as each name is read.
Hillary Price Hazley, hooded by Elizabeth Siegel. Kara Kelly, hooded by Dr. Judy Kreisig.
Now, Dr. Cassius Spahn and Dean Jonathan Coppell will congratulate the degree recipients from the School of Criminology and Criminal Justice.
At this time, Peter Lafford and Andrew Ross will read the names of all graduates. And guests, please remain seated while we recognize all 350-plus graduates this evening.
Angel Miguel Ortiz. Adeline Elizabeth Burke. Caitlin Ann Mossberger. Eric K. Dunn. Anthony Logan Urias. Nina Oshana. Jacob Paul Stoll. Benjamin Joseph Hurd. Kevin Ivan Hernandez. Ana Elena Ramirez. Daniela Cristina Armijo. Kennedy Ray Arland. Lauren Taylor Handley. Carmen Sharkey. Callie Hopkins. Brandon Nicholas Shelton. Jessica Lynette Hunting. Anthony Joseph Giroux. Jessica A. Enciso. Amber Bala. Tonita Escamilla. Nicole Perez. Lucy Alain. Matthew Allen Taylor. Christian Michael Perez. Sage Miller. Reagan Leon Kerfman. Maria Guadalupe Bonilla Gonzalez. Asia Muldrew. Dylan Scott Flanders. Jesse Vincent Kachese. Sarah Chansa Pak. Alyssa Monique Correa. Sean Aaron Joyce. Lucy Yanlu Busby. Samantha Akira Suga. Nicole Sainz. Osvaldo Sanchez. Fancy Key. Matthew Joshua Cruz. Kimberly Austin Baraza. Kylie Jo Dosh. Austin L. Ransom. Megan Elaine Van Kirk. Candace Lee Canavel. Kayla Nicole Doncevic. Devin Osmansky. Xavier Parra Jimenez. Martin John Pachev. Mason Humes. Keenan J. Rambo. Jasmine Cherie Zimmerman. Maria Alejandra Felix. Marilyn Castro Lopez. Philip Jerome Wellworts. Yasmir Portier. Isaac Ricardo Rodriguez. Garnet Snow White. Tim A. Cueto. Shruti Alkesh Modi. Yesenia Rios. Robert D. Esparza. Erica Janelle Rogalin. Brandon Obregon. Miranda Nicole Tejada. Yesenia Ortega. Whitney McMahon. Grace Hernandez. Melissa M. Saldana. Ashley Marie McDonald. Jacqueline Catalan. Megan Monique Lucas. Jennifer Ray Lubinsky. Zoe Marie Vela. Paige Danielle Deist Goranson. Madison Paige Leak. Maritzabel Cazares. Thomas George Yazzie. Dallas Lee Martinez. Bright Ngabire Ntimpa. Demaya Monet Pugh Noel. Tiffany Benz. Jessica Taylor Hine. Glendy Viridiana Munoz Medina. Claudia Sophia Ross. Haley Jewell. Samantha Nicole Riojas. Vanessa Renee Gonzalez. Jacob Young. Addison Robert May Polikoff. Melissa McCabe. Diane Alejandra Dominguez. Elizabeth Nicole Demji. Alex Favela. Jimmy Moran. Corey Washington. Emily Weber. Taylor J. Coxon. Charles T. Stalter. Alyssa M. Ben. Jennifer Nicole Whitcomb. Tara Sesma. Daniel Benjamin Bracamonte. Josie Olmos. Abdulaziz Kidran Al-Zahrani. Jesus Alexis Gonzalez. Adriana Sneezy. Sarah Ann Bloom. Miriam Fernanda Yanez. Destiny Renee Cocking. Linda Rodriguez. Brianna Marie Moss. Danny Eric Melendez. Victor Michael Rees. Amber Ray Rosa Jones. Carmen Calderon. Colby Cochran. Grace de Santiago. Stephanie Luevano. Musab Nasir Alessa. Guadalupe Ramirez Mojardin. Luis Angel Sanchez Hernandez. Odalis Orduno. Raquel Johnson. Rebecca Dawn Williams. David Gallego. Cesar Quintero. Talia Diamond Skupnik. Jesus Alberto Ramirez Cota. And now, Dr. Donald Siegel and Dean Jonathan Coppell will congratulate the degree recipients from the School of Public Affairs. Jennifer Lynn Hackelman. Gideon Shane Warner. Nathaniel Lateef Trent. Barbara Jean Chappell. Shantara Shina McGee. Tamara C. Heidemann. Yesenia Pinales Dot. Jessica Hannah Newland. Jonathan Vo. Diana Scharf Peterson. Maxwell Stephen Goshert. Natalia Gutierrez. Tyler Matthew Fight. Christopher Ryan Sines. Adam Murray. Giovanni Antonio Casano. Isabel Lopez. David Nieto. Esther Mendoza. Madison Groves. Melissa J. Oyster. Amanda Murrieta. Richard Michael Flynn. Alyssa Uribe. Mark Robert Crassa. Carrie Whiteley. Charles Thomas Dine. Natalie Martinez. Catlin Morris. Wan Lu Liu. Jeray Bailey. Dylan Uribe. Jason Gorey. Trent Jordan. Ariana Kurtz. Sierra. Imani Monique Spotville Guidry. Bridget Marie Pina. Letitia Mitchell Donald. Nelson Desmond Wood. Jet Palmer. Alexis Marie Debrel. India Peters. Rebecca Julia Sustaita. Caitlin Ruby Showers. Anthony Miguel Erdo. Syed Mortaza Deleri. Terry Diamond Sinagini. Antonio Esquivel. And now, Dr. Mark Roseland and Dean Jonathan Coppell will congratulate the degree recipients from the School of Community Resources and Development.
Tomasa Ravines Burga. Taylor Bryant Risky. Jordan Jolie Schaefer Free. Kristen Nicole Meraz. Brenda Campbell. Jamie Lynn Jacob. Nicole Ray Salusky. Chelsea N. Pock. Kirsten Lee Ryan. Rowan Sagao. Connell Maeve Miller. Hardy Taze Quant. Ashley M. Elitz. Hannah Louise Hunt. Katie Willer. Farah Elissa Kramer. Lauren Bilbo. Davina Leon. Philip Miller. Alicia Mercine Deros. Whitney Marie Smith. John James Thomas. Ty Harper. Ashley Nicole Doviak. Jeffrey Ashton Bravo. Nika Brooks Cullum. Gretchen Alice Cook. Joshua Moses Schoen. Benjamin Hirschout. Raymer Charlton Simon. Tristan Peterson Steinert. And now Dr. James Herbert Williams and Dean Jonathan Coppell will now congratulate the degree recipients from the School of Social Work. Marlene Sisson. Paola Diaz. Dorinda K. Craglow. Marie Elizabeth Avila. Catherine Elise Cruz. Megan Nicole Farrell. Catherine Ann Rose. Kyle S. Dunson. Jennifer Zamudio. Elizabeth Corinne Gallardo. Delphina Benali. Ashley Marie Andrus. Molly Amanda Babineau. Cara Elaine Sinhorst. Sherry Annette Dunn. Zena Lizzie Cabrera. Brittany Marie Harker. Laura Lee A. Prescott. Arturo Ulises Calderon. Tony Lynette Shaw. Sherry Lynn Kohler. Ashlyn Nichelle Brubaker. Deborah Cabajes Limerick. Shelby Wehara. Allison J. Clark. Anadelia Garcia. Copeland Peoples. Lisa Monville. Katie Jane Williams. Shelley Monique Jasmine Jackson. Jacqueline Jean Trella. Christine Pham. Tracy Lee Slaughterbeck. Chris Eduardo Gretan Hernandez. Genesis Michelle Garcia. Yesenia Carballo Medrano. Julio Cesar de Anda. Elizabeth Marquez. Dustin Aaron Ware. Diana Ruby Valdez. Megan Elizabeth Wiest. Brianna Janelle Burns. Lindsay Marie Brown. Bible Gardner. Marcos Amaya. Daisy Vasquez. Magdalene Yolanda Anda. Calvin Michael D. Cook. Gabrielle Angelique Alegraza. Mark David Leddingham. Jennifer May Hayden. Lindsay Janine Currents. Yesenia Haskins. Josefina Abrahan. Alicia Jackson. Sara Ruiz. Gladys Arredondo Machado. Alicia Marie Gable. Tiffany Sue Hunter. Tierney Marie Henderson. Alexandra Rivera. Megan Quinn Hinton. Jocelyn Jamilette Torres. Jessica Lynn Houston. Nora Lynette Espino. Evelyn Guerrero. Cynthia Estrada. Kimberly Mendoza Fall. Tiffany Marianne Wells. Darren Ann Wallace. Saber Hope Collins. Sabrina Lee Cancel. Tristan Peterson Steinert. Jackman Thomas Rice. Sarah Isabella Mavis. Courtney Morgan Khan. Ruhao Hao. And now Dr. Sean Mooney and Dean Jonathan Capel will congratulate degree recipients from interdisciplinary programs. Antonio N. Cavey. Victor Wayne Stewart. Walking on behalf of Ryan Patrick Highland. Orion Kingman. Tevin Marquez Mitchell. Raul Naves. Mariah Bennett. Sarah Ahmed May. Kaylee Sorensen. Bryant Omar Flood. Elias Kishun Wells. Alexandria Trainer. Andrew Millam. Brian H. Daniels. Justice Keller. Matthew Smith. Meredith Wilson. Patrick Kelly. Deanna M. Waddell. Nicole Fuller. Russell Allen Lewis Pablo.
Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done, but there's a strange regulatory requirement that was introduced a few years ago. It's not official until I take a selfie with you guys and tweet it. It's weird. It seems like an odd thing, but I just have to follow the rules. So, Mike and Cindy, I need you to come up and do the selfie with me. Come here. You're going to do the picture, but until I tweet it, none of this counts. All right, you guys ready to cheer? All right. I can get you guys? All right. Your director is sticking up for you. He says I didn't get social work.
Now, as we bring the ceremony to a close, please stand. And alumni, please join Pamela Vargas in singing the Arizona State University Alma Mater.
Where the bold soul arose, raise their arms on high, praying strength for brave tomorrows from the western skies, where
This concludes the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions Fall 2018 Convocation Ceremony. Graduates and faculty, please rise for the recessional. Friends and family, please remain in your places until the recessional has been completed and the faculty and graduates have departed from the theater. You can meet with your graduates outside of the theater on the Washington Street Concourse after the recessional ends. Congratulations to the Fall 2018 graduating class on behalf of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions. Thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you.